What's up, guys and gals? Hope everyone's doing or having a fantastic night, evening. Um, it's currently past midnight right now, so, and day, if you're watching this during the day. So, day 29. Let's just say it's day 29. I posted some videos, so it's kind of like, what day is it at this point? But we're just gonna continue to number the rants that I post and just keep going from there on. So as far as what to talk about today, I'm in a weird headspace. I'm practicing my semen retention journey, right? So reframing, reframing. I'm refraining from anything that has to do with releasing essence and life force. And I say that because my mind's kind of like a bit foggy. That's why I say I'm in a weird space of mind. I don't know. I just don't feel like myself. I feel like I haven't felt like myself in a long time. I can't really even tell you when's the last time I didn't feel like myself. Now, what does that mean? I have no idea. However, I started to ask myself today, I was like, well, why am I feeling this way? There's nothing wrong with my life, right? Like, as far as traumatic events and shit just going sideways, nothing's going bad like that, right? So, what is it? It has to be me. It has to be. It has something to do with me, right? Excuse me. And I haven't really came up with the answer, so to speak. However, I do have some ideas, and maybe you can relate if you're feeling the same way. Feeling, and this feeling I would describe as a feeling of not having a sense of purpose and feeling lost. And I get that, being a young man or a woman, that's a normal thing to be feeling, you know, or at least that's what they say. And I say that's true. However, I also think having some sort of purpose helps you not be lost. And right now my purpose isn't there, right? And purpose is something that we can attach ourselves to. So how do I frame this? So someone might be wanting to just help the world, and I think that's a good purpose, obviously, but let's just say or helping dogs. So they take steps to go down a path in which they're able to help and rescue dogs that uh, need human care, honestly. That could be opening up a shelter one day, or I know that's kind of already like jumping ahead of the curve, right? However, maybe just signing up for to be a vet, whatever it is, right? To then eventually lead up to the point where you're able to buy a shelter housing and naturally treat dogs like, or cats or animals, doesn't matter, and take care of them, rehabilitate or whatever. See, there's steps. You have an idea, and I'm not saying I don't have an idea, but I just don't feel like I'm on that path, like whatsoever. I mean, besides this, right? And I haven't even really been the most consistent with this to even feel like I'm doing something. Maybe it's just the physical, just me missing the physical hands-on part of it, right? Maybe. Maybe it's me genuinely not, you know, walking the path that fulfills my heart and my soul. I think that's what it is, honestly. It's really frustrating, honestly. Because I got a decent job, right? And as many of you know, for the time being, I'm an innovative delivery specialist. I work with UPS. So, however, I'm not fulfilled by it. The money's good, the pay's good and whatnot. The benefits are amazing, right? I hardly even use them, but I try to be very grateful, and I am very grateful for the position that I'm in. However, something just tells me like this is not what I should be doing right now. And maybe it's me not listening to that voice is what's making me feel the way that I do right now. And I brought up the semen retention and refraining from porn or masturbation, or just leading a life of celibacy, um, because that energy that we tend to expel, especially as men, we I genuinely feel like that energy is something that men use to create things, to use it as energy, use it as fuel, and just use it to find your purpose, find your mission, find your, just energize the whole process. Like, gives you clarity, it gives you so many, it opens up opportunities because you start to feel a little bit more manly, I guess. Like your testosterone just, it's up there. You just want to ravish something. And that something is hopefully is your goals, your mission. So, and like I said, it's probably just me not listening to that voice. I don't know, man. Excuse me. I always say, or have said in the past, always make the brave choice, right? And maybe I just need to listen to my own advice. I always tell myself a little bit later. let me get my situation with my family, to the point where I'm not needed as much, so I can go out on my own and just find my purpose, help people, experience life, build my character. I don't think you can do that just being in the same nest, essentially. Like, how's a bird gonna learn to fly if he just sits in his own nest that he was born out of? I mean, to fly, eventually you gotta jump. So I need to listen to my own advice. That's what I came to the conclusion of this video, and hopefully through hearing me talk about this, and I'm just talking like a cappella, like this is just me talking. Hopefully you learned, or you can take away something of value from the lessons that I am learning and the process that I'm going through, whatever that may be for you. But you're hearing me and talk about my conclusions and my thoughts on how I break these things down. I'm just human, man. I'm just, this was my first time being a human being, just like everyone else, I'm sure. So it's, I guess you got to give yourself a little bit of grace, right? And not just patronize or demonize your own performance and your lack or the lack of. Um, and really just learn to love ourselves. Truly, like, truly love ourselves the way we would love um, that special someone, with care, with being real with them when they need it, encouraging them, telling them how beautiful they are, and look how handsome and, sexy I am. But we're working on it. We're working on it slowly and surely. So just learn to be your best friend, because truly, when it comes down to it, you are your own best friend or your worst enemy. And I think logically, we can all conclude that being your own enemy is not the wisest thing to do. Being your best friend now, your mind, your body, just having it on your side, and the world can be yours. The world can be yours. That's it for me. Follow me. I appreciate you guys for everything. I know. Consistency. This goes with anything in life. If you want to see a good fit body, you want to eat clean and go to the gym consistently, and you will get that. Just like anything else. And I'm learning to do that with this, and I know I'm not the best, but I appreciate everyone's support, and it's all up from here. I really do believe that. I know that life is going to get really amazing. I know I want to see how amazing it can get. I hope I'm able to I hope I'm able to make some impact, even if it's just a little ripple, I hope we all get to do the same and live a fulfilled life and fulfill our souls and our hearts, and just at the end of everything, right? Just be not just okay with what happened, but be happy with what happened. Hopefully, that's the goal. All right, guys, it's late, so good night. See you next time. Day 30. Next time.